going on YouTube? My name is Tom Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle14, and I'm here doing a review of Haves and Haves Not, Season 7, Episode 19, Team of Rivals. Now, it started off with Justin and Jeffrey, right? So we ended last episode with Justin put up two guns, one from his head and one for Jeffrey's head. And it looked like he was going to try to kill them both because Jeffrey went to see Wyatt and he didn't like that. So Jeffrey was like, oh, you going to put a gun on me? So do it. Pull the trigger. So Justin was like taken back, thought Jeffrey was freaking scared. He said, well, you're not scared? He said, no, I'm not scared of you. Shit, my life is not all that great anyway, so if you're going to end us. Sure, do us a favor. End us both. Pull the trigger. Do it. Pull the trigger. He's encouraged to trigger. But Justin was taking a long time. I said, if you're going to put a trigger on you, yes, you better use it. And if you're going to put a gun on both of y'all, you better use it. If you was going to try to kill them, kill them. So after Justin didn't do it, Jeffrey snuffed the hell out of freaking Justin. I said, oh, go ahead. You got some balls, Jeffrey. Shit. He said, don't you ever in your life put a gun out on me again. If you do that again, one of us gonna be leaving out alive. And Justin said, and you said, you think you own me? You think he owns me? Like, and Justin said, I don't own you. I think we just supposed to be together and all that stuff. And they were going back and forth. And Jeffrey said, you know what? I'm not dealing with this. Don't you pull out a gun on me again. See what happens. And Jeffrey said he'll go to his father's condo where he's staying at. And Justin said, don't go there. And Jeffrey said, I'm going. So Justin was trying to stop him. He said, don't go. Should I go? And Jeffrey walked out and left. He said he's done with Justin. I mean, he's tired with this boy. But at the same time, he loved dealing with this Justin. I was like, if you tired of Jeffrey, why the hell are you dealing with all this bullshit? Bullcrap with him. You could have told your father about Justin so he could do something to Justin, but no, you trying to handle anything yourself, and then one day, sooner or later, Justin will do something to you, and it will be over. It will be done with. Then Jeffrey went home. When he went home, he saw the place ransacked. He saw the place tore up. It was chairs all over the place. Ripped. It looked like he took a knife and ripping cushions up. Tear the whole place up. All because Justin is freaking upset that Jeffrey left him and went to see Wyatt. And now, at the first place, Justin was asking Jeffrey, who you got this place from? He said, this is my father's place. And he said, you sure you're not lying to me? He said, no, this is my father's place. He said, it's not some guy's place from another guy. I was like, oh, Justin, come on, man. This boy. But he said, I'm sorry. I apologize. He said, you can't stay there. We got a place together. He said, come home to our home. And he said, what? You got a place? So he said, that was your end goal? Jeffrey said, that was your end goal? To trash my place so I could stay with you? And so Jeffrey said he had enough. He kicked Justin out. He kicked him out. He said, go out. Get out. Get out of my house. Get out of my father's house. Get out. And he said, Jeffrey, come on. And he said, no, get out. Kick him out. He said, this hurts. This hurts really bad. This hurts. I was like, oh, well. So later on, right, Jeffrey went to see Wyatt. Remember, last week, Jeffrey called the Peoples and said had sidewalk committed because they thought he told them that he gonna kill himself, suicidal. So they put him in the psych ward, put him in a straight jacket and everything. And Wyatt looked like a freaking, you could tell he looked like he was all high on dope and everything. Cause he's in there feeding and paranoid and everything. And Jeffrey was like, you see, you paranoid. What's going on with you? You just stop. And he said, no, you did this to me. You put me in here and I had to get out. You gonna help me out? And Jeffrey said, no, I'm not getting you out. You staying right in there. So Jeffrey went to tell Wyatt. He called her his mother. And he said, no, why you calling her? Why you calling her? He said, I gotta call her, let you know that you here, and she can help you. She said, no, she can't help me. And he said, I'm calling her. So Jeffrey left out, and when Wyatt was like, nurse, get me out, nurse, get me out. And then all of a sudden, Vinny, Mitch's uncle, was on a stretcher to the hospital, and freaking Wyatt just got the window real quick and hid himself because he didn't want to see that Vinny identifying that he's there because they're gonna do something to him. Now, let's jump into how Vinny got there. So last, remember, Benny told Mitch that he saw his uncle lying on the ground looking dead, and he didn't do nothing. And Mitch didn't want to believe him, and he said he gonna go check it out. So Mitch went over there, and he was frantic. He said, Uncle Vinny, Uncle Vinny. He saw the thing, and then he saw his friend, Vic, what happened. And he said, I saw him there, and he saw this black kid, and he ran out. And he said, did you call ambulance? He said, did you call somebody? He said, I called the police. And he said, call the ambulance, call the ambulance. He called the ambulance, demanded them to get there. It was a lot. He told the address. And it comes to find out he has a pulse. All this long time, this guy bled out on his floor for 2 or 3 weeks so far. But mind you, remember, even though this is like 2 or 3 weeks in our time, in their time, this happened like within a day or something. So he was on the floor, bled out, but he has a pulse. So he said, "Oh, he got a pulse. Heavy up. Tell him to heavy up." So they got Vinny on the stretcher and then took him to the hospital, the same hospital that Y is at, psych ward part. So he said he's trying to stay alive. Hope he stay alive. So Mitch met with Benny at his house. Mitch was waiting on the stoop. Benny was there, and Mitch he waited for Benny. He asked him what happened. So Benny told him what happened. He said he got there. He saw on the video. He saw the guy on the ground. He panicked and he stood there. The guy was there testing it, and he just left. And Mitchell was like, "You know my family going to war with this. I told you not to get involved with my family. You wanted to get involved, and now this has happened. And then you're the only identified suspect because Vic told me they identified you, and he told them it was a black kid, and now they know who you are." And he said, "Oh, he's dead," all that stuff. But Mitch told him that his uncle Vinny is alive, is in the hospital on critical condition, and whether he stay alive or not is on up to the hospital. Now, he upset us that Benny didn't try to check him out, didn't try to call the police, didn't try to call the ambulance, because he felt like Benny was trying to cover his behind. Like, he's like, oh, I know what happened. You got there, you saw him on the ground, you feel like that this was, you trying to return the money, you saw him this is the ground, this is the opportunity to finish him, let him know so you won't continue to pay off his money and leave. And Benny said, no. And he said, why you didn't help my uncle and everything? He said, sometimes I'm an idiot. I said, Benny, you're not an idiot. Sometimes you're an idiot all the times, man. Like, because I was true. Mitchell would have congratulated you or Bill, stay on side if you would have tried to help his uncle. But the fact that you just left him lying there and you ran because you were scared and somebody identified you, you should not have ran in the first place. You should have saw the body and ran out and called the police or something, or called an ambulance for it and said, come to this place, and he's there. But you didn't do all that. So in Mitch's eye, he feel like you covering something. He said, well, whether my uncle stay alive, he said, well, if he come alive, he could tell him the truth. He said, that's if it happens, because you don't know if you're going to stay alive or not. He said, whether you lying or whether he's dead, you a dead man. And Benny said, oh, snap. And Mitch said, I'm done with you. I told you not to do this. My family's going to war. And then Benny was trying to get Mitch to talk to his family. I said, no. Because Mitch did a lot for you. He warned you not to go in his family. And he's going against his own family for you. No, it's not going to happen. His family is on war. You was the only suspect. They don't know anybody else who did it. So unless somebody else could come forward and say, oh, yeah, he met with this crackhead dude before, and let it come about. But since then, that's not going to happen. So I was like, oh, "Oh, Benny, you're on your own. You don't have Mitch help." So Mitch said, "I'm not helping you. You done. You on your own with this." Mitch went in the house, and Hannah was up. He sat down. He was all bummed up. And Hannah asked him, "Did you go see her?" He said, "Yeah." He's adamant he want to help. He give Veronica help, and she said, "I asked Catherine to help," and he said, "No, I don't want you to help. I don't want the help. I don't trust her." And she said, "Did you remember what happened? Well, her son beat me and left in the curb." And she said, "Well, she's also the one who paid your medical bills." And he trying to flip that on Hannah, like Hannah said, "I was praying for you. I was doing this." He want to hear that Lord, Lord, because you know Hannah gets when she start upset and everything. She said, "Lord, Lord." I try to play it. He said, "No, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that." And he said, "Well, you going to hear it." And she was just praying for him, and he didn't want to hear that either. And he was trying to turn it around on his mother. I said, "Hold up, motherfucker! No, trying to turn this on her like it was all her fault. You're the one who do that because she said she told you not to get involved with them. She told you not to borrow no money, but you did all this and did this anyway. So for you the one who was at fault at this. Benny, nobody is to blame but you. You got yourself involved in this, and now I'm trying to get you out." And he was trying to leave. And she said, "Don't walk away from me. Don't walk away from me." And he said he tried to give Veronica's help, and he likes Veronica. And she said, "What you did for her? You're not doing this for free. You need to pay up something." Gave her sex or something. He said, "Nah, she's gonna help me." So he left, and he was very disrespectful to Hannah, very disrespectful. And I guess Hannah let him be, and hope to see next week what's gonna happen with Benny because Mitch is done with him, and hope Veronica help. Now Jeffrey called his father Erica because we get to see when Erica and David was sleeping on the bed. Erica get this text, and she went off the bed, sneaked out the bedroom, and called the person. The person was Rocky. Rocky doing this new snitching again, telling everybody what happening. And he said that I heard that Veronica Candace trying to burn you alive, trying to kill you. And he said, why are you telling me this? And he said, "I heard them try to kill you." He said, "Oh, well, that's nothing new to me." And we're telling her, and he said, "Yo, Erica, why just don't come work with us at this place?" She said, "No, I'm too old for this. I can't do that." And um and she said, "I'm too old for this and not doing that." And she refused. She refused this offer. And he said, "Thank you for letting me know." And he said, "Okay." She went back in the room. David was up. I hope it was David was up. I said, maybe he will be up. He was up because he said he trying to reached over and she was in the bed. He said, "Where do you go?" She said, "I need to talk to my sister." The lies again, lies, lies. And that's when David get a call. David get a call for his son Jeffrey, and Jeffrey told him that his place got ransacked. Didn't tell him who ransacked this place, but he said place got ransacked. And David was pissed, and the only person he thought of was Veronica. And Jeffrey's his wife, Jeffrey's his ex-wife, and Jeffrey's mother. And he was pissed. That led to a tirade on him, and he gonna try to go to Veronica's house. So that's what he said. He was saying Veronica. Now, Veronica was getting a little private little dance from RK. RK was standing on the bed, dancing for her, and she was liking it. And she said, "Oh, Lord." I said, "Veronica, you was a fool, girl, all drunk and everything." She gets a call for David. She just picked up the phone and said, "Oh, that's a call to me." And then we had this little exchange back and forth between David and RK. David said, "I warned you, leave our son alone." And she said, "Our son? You worry about our son. You better leave that little hole you got Erica alone. You need to worry about her." He said, "Stay her out of it." He said, "I told you not to listen with your son." She said, "Oh, our son is so you need to be worried about stop messing with the boy and doing something what I told him to do." And he said, "Monica, I'm not playing with you and everything." And she said, "Oh, She said stop. He's telling her stop with the mess with Jeffrey, and she was laughing. She was not taking him serious. She said, oh, David, please. And she said, come over here. She said, well, you gonna come over here. You need to bring a condom. Because I'm not going to have you touch me when you have your freaking dick in this Erica. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, Veronica. I know you still trying to get David some. You know, oh well. And she said, you need to worry about Erica. She said, don't worry about Erica. He said, I need to talk about our son. And she said, no, I ain't talking about our son. Don't leave her son alone. He said, he needs to stop being gay and do all that. And she said, oh, my God, Veronica. Well, then she asked RK. He said, you want to speak to him? Say hi to my ex-husband. He said, oh, hey, what's going on, ex-husband? How you doing? And he said, what's his name? He said, David. He said, David, how you doing? And taunting him. And she said, oh, well, you need to stop dealing with that young little horse you've been dealing with and stuff. He said, well, you dancing with Benny and that young boy you going to do with, the young ones. And RK said, well, I'm a full man here. She said, I know that's right. I was like, oh, what? You are a mess. You are a mess, lady. And he hung up on the phone with her. And she kept talking, not noticing they hung up the phone, and then she just stopped. And they realized he hung up and put the phone in the bag. Now, RK, later on, RK was swimming in the pool. And Veronica was smoking a cigar. I said she went for drinking and smoking a cigar now. I said, it was a bad bitch right here. Smoking a cigar. She was checking RK out. He said, what you gonna do? And she said, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with you and see what you're about. And she said, I need to check my prey before I bite. He said, oh, that's what you're trying to do. He said, well, you need to remember, I bite too. Now, before that, she said, oh, I like older women. She said, oh, hold up now. Don't start that. And then he said, how old are you? She said, oh boy, you don't want that. And then later on, he said, no, I didn't want your age. She said, well, then why did you ask? And that's when she came on and said, I need to check you out. He said, you gonna do anything with me? And she said, no, I need to figure out who you are. I think Veronica trying to test the water to see something about RK is something right. Is he genuine or he's not? Cause remember last week episode, he was stealing all her stuff, her jewelry and thing. And so I don't know. She knows that, but Veronica not a stupid bitch. She go play the game with him. Then later on, they went to go take a drink. Now, before I start that, we had this little scene with Catherine and Jim. Catherine and Jim was talking. Catherine says anything in the news because Jim was up watching the news. And she said, do you know anything about that guy who got our son killed on anything? He said, no, it's like he's in critical conditions, he's in a hospital, and everything. Catherine was like, what? He said, how many he could get up and he could talk? And he said, well, Catherine was like, it's good for him to talk. We can't stop covering him. And Jim was like, what? And he said, you need to talk to Wyatt and turn himself in. He need to turn himself in. We can't cover his tracks. He said, well, I'm doing all this stuff to get you for stop getting in jail. And you were about our son and trying to do that. Remember, Wyatt told Catherine, he said, y'all two is dead to me. I'll kill y'all both. I don't care about y'all. So Catherine said, I'm done with your ass. So Catherine said he needs to go turn himself in, go to police. We could go to police, call them and lock them up. He need to pay for what he did. And Jill was not having it. So that's when she get a call from Jeffrey. And Jeffrey told Wyatt, your son is at the psych ward at this hospital and you can come see him, but he got visitation tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And she said, okay. So she got a phone from him. Jim asked what's happening, and she didn't want to tell him. She walked off and didn't tell him. Now, Veronica and RK was on the bed, chilling, having a good time. Then she would get a knock on the banging on the door. She thought it was freaking Benny, because last time Benny was knocking on the door. She said, oh, the young boys, they can't get off of me. Can't stop. Walked in, and here come David. David is pissed, irate that he is freaking there. He was like, yo, you keep messing with his son. You doing this. She said, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Keep taunting him, doing all that crazy. And they were going back and forth, back and forth. I told you, leave our son alone. You are too much. Why you can't stop? And he ran to play. And she said, so you put your son in jail. She said, well, Dad, I did. But he said, you ran inside his apartment. She said, I didn't do that. Told to RK. RK was laughing. RK was in the couch drinking his little bottle, laying there. And she said, well, you keep saying this. You keep saying that. What you going to do with me? What you going to do? What you going to do? Baby, I saw the laugh, but that David pit slap from Monica, and Veronica flew. And RK said, oh, snap. And David was huffing and puffing and pissed. He said, stop, I told you. And that's how it ended. But oh, snap. David had enough. I was like, yo, I was happy. I said, yo, he finally did something to Monica. Granted, he should have hit her, but at the same time, he was so over the edge. When you push a man too far, they had nothing but to hit you. I mean, she did so much. She said, no, she didn't say that. He said, you burned my cars. And she said she did that. And that's what she admitted. She admitted about the jail thing, because he didn't say that. But it's burned the cars, and now you ransacked the apartment. And it was taunting David. Taunting David. He said, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing doing that. Until he pimp slapped her. He said, psh! She said, oh, with the whole force. And that body flew over there. I said, oh, I can't wait till next week, because you know Veronica will be pissed now. Now you put your hands on her, she gonna order for blood now. And David has had enough. He had enough. His border point is here, and he had enough with his ex-wife, Veronica. So that was the episode. Hope you like, comment, subscribe to this channel. Also share it if you can, so we can build my channel up. My name is Tom Mizzle. Again, my channel is Mizzle14, and I'll talk to you later. Like I said, that David had enough. He was pissed. I can't wait till next week. Hey YouTube, I have forgot something about haves and has nots. Two things. Remember, Candy's got to win that freaking Rocky snitching on her. So Gia left her place with a John, and she got a call from Candace. Candace told Gia, she said, I need you to do me a favor. I said, mind you, Candace was done with them, but now she needs a favor. And Gia said, okay, what you need to do? She said, I need you to call Rocky and tell him that you have a problem with a John, and he'll come upstairs and tell him the room number. And gave the room number, and then after that, call me back. So she called Rocky, told him she had a problem with a John. He was buffing me up. She said, okay, let's go. What room? She told the room. She said, I'll be up there. And she called Candace back, and Candace was like, come to the room. So Gia got to the room, and Candace had a golf club. She said, I'm going to show you what I do to people who cross me. And she said, why are you doing this? You're not doing this. Don't do this. And she said, you need to watch and see. And Gia didn't want to see it. She didn't want to get over it, get there. So Rocky came, and she said, tell him to get in. Come in the room. Be convincing. He came in the room, and Candace whipped him with the golf club, beat him hard, telling him, this is what happened when you snitching on me, and don't you ever cross me again, motherfucker, and all that stuff. That. And then Gia was so freaking shocked, and she couldn't deal with it. She said, don't you ever, if I hear this again, you will be dead to me, and don't cross me again, so you get out of here. Did you understand me? And he said, yeah. Got up, he was bleeding out his head and stuff like that. And she said, look what it did, mess up on the floor. So freaking Gia to make her a drink, cleaning up, and all that stuff. Then later on, we find out Gia is a foreman. She worked with a detective to get Candace. This guy want Candace, and he didn't want nobody else. He said Candace worked with somebody higher up, and we need to find out who that is, and you need to tell me what's going on. And Gia said, I need more time. I need to work on him. She said, Candace is a smart woman. She's not going to go for this. And I was saying, oh, she is a smart woman. So that was that. I forgot to mention that. So that was happening. I said, oh, now we know G is a informant, and we're gonna see what happens.